Alright everyone, I have a story for you all, and this happened really recently. It happened 2 days ago, and I wanted to talk about it as soon as possible. And keep in mind, I have nothing particularly planned to say. I'm just gonna freestyle it. I'm gonna say how it is. I'm gonna say what went down and all that shit. So, this situation was a really fucking shitty situation to be in, especially for someone like me. It really fucking pissed me off, and I'm gonna emphasize that a lot in this video. I'm gonna fucking talk about why I was pissed off and how it fucking pissed me off. It was a really shitty situation, alright? That's the only way I could put it. It fucking made me mad. It got me heated. It was terrible. It was torturous. It was tormenting, especially because I couldn't do anything about it. There was nothing I could do about it. I was just stuck there, and it was a really shitty ass situation to be in, especially for someone like me. It was really fucking stupid. It pissed me the fuck off, alright? So, I don't smoke weed anymore, right? So I've noticed that, and my whole opinion about potheads and stoners and weed smokers, they're all the same shit. But ever since this happened, my opinion about them quickly changed, right? I've decided my opinion. I'm starting to dislike, every time I see a fucking pothead in public smoking their weed, I fucking dislike them even more, because potheads are just, they become really annoying. And I've noticed that ever since I stopped smoking weed. I quickly noticed that and started realizing that. And ever since this situation happened, it just, changed my opinion about them. I know I made a video a while back talking about why I don't smoke weed anymore. And in that video, I said that I don't have a problem if you smoke weed. I don't care if you smoke weed and all this other shit. Well, ever since this happened, I changed my opinion, alright? Potheads, stoners, fucking weed smokers, whatever, they're really fucking annoying now. Especially the ones that are like, yeah, 420 blaze it, yeah, boo, YOLO, fucking blaze it. That fucking shit, alright? Those guys are really fucking annoying, and it's more like the potheads ruin weed. The people who smoke weed ruin weed, and especially the ones that I find really fucking annoying are the ones that like have it as a lifestyle. Like, they have to have weed sometime in their day or else they'll fucking die or some shit, those motherfuckers are really annoying. So yeah, just potheads are just really fucking annoying now. Like, especially the ones that smoke in public. Like, we get it, alright? You smoke weed, you don't need to show the fucking world. Don't drag other people into your shit, alright? Especially people who, have goals and have shit to do and all that stuff. Don't try to fucking drag them into your fucking weed smoking shit, alright? And this just really annoys me, and this situation it really fucking annoyed me, alright? It really got under my skin. It was, oh my gosh, there's no other way to put it. It really did fucking piss me off. I've got a marathon to run, and my first marathon, it's a full marathon, none of that half marathon shit. I've got a full fucking 26.2 miles marathon to run in a couple of days, and this situation just really fucking pissed me the fuck off, right? And also, if I could compare anything to like fucking what potheads are, and I've realized this when I stopped smoking weed. You know how people say that vegans are annoying, and they say that vegans are like, they fucking criticize everyone who isn't vegan. They're fucking always annoying. They always have to let the world know that they're vegan, and it's like, it's really fucking annoying. Potheads, weed smokers, stoners, they're the new fucking vegans, alright? Most of them. Or at least more than half of them. They're the new fucking vegans. It's really annoying, They gotta always let the fucking world know that they smoke weed and shit with their fucking weed clothing and their fucking post on social media like, oh yeah, fucking blaze it every day, all day, every day, fucking wake and bake, all that fucking shit, alright? But yeah, ever since I stopped smoking weed, I haven't touched that shit in a year, alright? Keep in mind, ever since I stopped smoking weed, I quickly realized how annoying stoners and fucking potheads and weed smokers are, alright? I stay away from that shit. I try to stay away from any type of smoke. Barbecue smoke, fucking car smoke, especially pot smoke and fucking weed smoke, fucking cigarette smoke, I meant. I try to stay away from all that shit, alright? As much as possible. You wanna know why? Because ever since I stopped smoking weed, I started working out, and I became more active, I work out, I started working out. I like to call myself athletic. Like I said, I got a marathon to run in a few days, and yeah, I just work out. So I try to stay away from that shit as much as possible. And I know people are gonna say, well, Michael Phelps and Usain Bolt smoke weed and they have Olympic gold medals. Well, guess what? You and I are not Michael Phelps. Our bodies work differently, and the reason why they're so good at what they do is because their nutrition and their diet is on point. That's why they can smoke weed and not be affected, because their nutrition, their diet, it's just on point. Some of us don't have the luxury to have that good of a nutrition and diet, but we try the best we can. But that's why they're so good. So that takes that excuse out of the question. So yeah, fucking weed smoke, pot smoke, whatever, fucking same shit, fucking cigarette smoke, all that. I try to stay away from any of that, right? I'm disgusted by it. I don't want to inhale it. I don't want to smell it. I don't want to fucking feel it in my mouth. I fucking spit it out. I don't like any of that, right? I don't like to get near any of that. And ever since I stopped smoking weed, another thing is that I've noticed I stopped hanging out with friends more. Like, I stopped hanging out with friends a lot more, you know. I used to, like, believe me, I hang out a lot with friends, but when I smoked weed, I hanged out with friends like all the fucking time. Like, every day I'd go to my friend's house, smoke weed, come back home, next day same shit, next day same shit, fucking next day maybe we smoke weed and we go somewhere and we fuck around, next day same shit, next day same shit, next day we smoke weed, go somewhere, fuck around, you know. It was a cycle, all right. And I started to get tired of it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it in my lifestyle. I wanted to get shit done. I had goals. I wanted to do shit. And yeah, I stopped smoking weed. And I'm glad I did, because I'm fucking happy where I'm at now. Even though I don't have much, I'm fucking, happy and grateful where I am now. Like, if I had smoked weed, if I still smoked weed, I think I would have been either fucking in jail, or I would have, been like 1 or 2 years behind from where I'm at right now. And the reason why I say in jail, because when I used to smoke weed with my friends, like, we didn't fucking like smoke weed and like sit back on the couch and watch TV and eat a pizza, or at least we tried to. But we live in a fucking ghetto ass neighborhood, and cops are everywhere, and a lot of stupid shit happens here, and it's just, it's really sketchy. It's not, and that's another reason why I stopped smoking weed. I talked about it in my why I don't smoke weed anymore video. And yeah, that's why I don't really smoke weed. And also, like I said, we at least tried to, like, be normal fucking civilized pot smokers, like, by fucking smoking weed, eating a pizza, and sitting back on the couch and, just enjoying yourself. But every time, like, my friends, they're the type of, like, where they could fucking smoke weed and they could, like, do shit, and be 100%. They're that type. I was, the type where I can't. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go do shit. But I most of the time, like, I had to, because my friends dragged me into it, which, I don't regret, because I had really awesome memories, but really fucking sketchy moments and, like, risky moments. But I'm the type to just, sit back and not do shit. And they were the type where they wanted to go places, they wanted to go fuck around, and, I got dragged into that, and I made some pretty good memories. But at the same time, like, if we were in a situation where they needed my help, they needed me to jump in on something, they needed my help, I couldn't help them, because I was not 100%. I was never 100% when I smoke weed, with my cardio, with my, fucking thinking skills, obviously. I was never 100%. So if we got in a situation where it was really fucking sketchy and, shit was about to go down, don't rely on me. I mean, I can't help them, because I'm fucking stoned, I'm high. I can't help, unfortunately. And that's partially another reason why I stopped smoking weed. Now I feel fucking great ever since I started working out. Like, I fucking jog over 3 miles, like, almost every day, and I do it around 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. I get up, I go jog, I fucking come back home, I go to sleep. And the earliest I've jogged was like at 4 a.m. It was really fucking scary, because there was no fucking, like, it was really dark and shit. But yeah, I go jog, I'm active, I work out, and then I come home, I work out, and yeah, so I do shit, I got goals. I got a fucking marathon to run in a few days, and this whole thing that happened it just really pissed me off. But yeah, that's what me and my friends would do whenever we would hang out. We'd always go to fucking places, see what we could get ourselves into. We still do that, but when I smoked weed, we'd do that, but I smoke weed, and it wouldn't be really good. It'd be a pretty scary experience, because when you're high, you're not. Most people, you're not really 100%. You don't know what the fuck might happen. You don't know. So, yeah, but we still have adventures. We still go out to places. We still do shit. It's just that I don't smoke weed anymore, and they do. They, my friends, they fucking always fucking smoke weed, and I stay away from that. All right, I don't do that, and that's like ever since I stopped going out more, and I started focusing on things that I wanted to get finished. I started focusing on basically I had goals, and like I said, I'm grateful where I am today. So yeah, that's I rambled about why I don't smoke weed anymore. Well, there you have it. A couple other reasons. I have goals. I have shit to do. Gotta fucking other things. Another good example is that summer school, alright? Summer school, I had to fucking get that shit done. That shit was, it was painful, alright? Fuck summer school. That was a fucking prison. That was not school. That was fucking, that was the shittiest fucking school experience I've had. It was torturous because of the time. The classes were like 3 hours long. Alright, fuck summer school. There. It was terrible. So, I made a video about that. My fucking last video was about that. But, yeah, summer school was fucking terrible. But it was 6 weeks. I had to get up real early in the morning because I got to get my jog in. I still got to get home and work out. I'm exhausted too because it was just really shitty because summer school was in the way, and I couldn't go back home and like sleep after I finished my jog because I'd be woken up for summer school. But I got it done. I fucking I fucking finished the full 6 weeks of summer school, and I didn't get kicked out or nothing, and they're really strict. If I had smoked weed, I think I probably wouldn't even go to summer school. I think I probably, either would have gotten kicked out, would have, like, not fucking gone to summer school at all, because I just don't like school in general. But I fucking got through it, and I did it, But, enough about that. I don't smoke weed. I haven't touched that shit in a year. I've got goals. I got things to do. And potheads are just really annoying types of people most of the time. And yeah, so enough about all of that. On with what the fuck happened and why it pissed me the fuck off. So it was Sunday, and as I mentioned a lot fucking just now, I said that I don't really hang out with friends as much. I still do, alright? But it's not as much as back then. And when I hang out with friends, we go on adventures. We do shit, alright? We see what we could get ourselves into. We always go out of town when we hang out. And to go out of town, we have to take bus or sometimes get a ride. Getting a ride is better. But we have to get a ride somewhere to the BART station. And the BART station is basically the subway. And we take the BART to different cities. And we just go to different cities because there's nothing to do in our city. Our city is just one ghetto shithole, We either fucking, if we stick around our city, we risk getting fucking shot or getting in fucking problems. And people out here, they don't fight fair, alright? People out here, they fucking pull weapons, they pull fucking guns and all that shit. They don't fight fair. So we don't hang out in our city because, well, aside from that, there's nothing to do other than go down the street and fucking watch crackheads fight, and we've already watched that enough. But yeah, we go to other places, we explore, we adventure, we see what we could get ourselves into, and we go to like San Francisco, Berkeley, cities we've never been to. We go explore. We do that type of shit. We go see what's out there, and we do shit, alright? And I do this not smoking weed, thankfully. Fucking if I've smoked weed, it probably would have been like a scary experience, like going out to these places, because I wouldn't fucking know like what to do, and if it's happened before. But I haven't touched that shit in a year. When we go hang out, we go see what we could get ourselves into, and I feel 100%. I feel better. I feel confident. It's better, all right? So, it's Sunday, and it's a free day for me. This was 2 days ago. It's a free day. I have nothing to do, nothing particularly planned. It's I just chill at home, or I go hang out with friends. So, I hadn't planned. Me and my friends already planned it. We were going to hang out on Sunday. So, it's me, my one friend Steve-O, that I mentioned in other videos, and my friend Justin. We're just gonna say his name, fucking Justin, who cares? And so Justin lives all the way in a different city next to our city, and it's funny because our city's like a ghetto shithole, and the city next to our city is like really like rich, like upper middle class type fucking shit. It's the houses are nice, the neighborhoods are nice, really calm. It's a nice place where he lives, and it takes Justin about 30 minutes to an hour to get to our city because he rides his bike, and to get to our street. And it's funny because whenever he goes to our street, he always talks about like how our streets ghetto. He's always like, dude, this street's fucking ghetto as fuck, dude. Like, I feel like I should have a gun, or I feel like I'm gonna get jumped or some shit. And I'm like, no, don't worry about that. Nothing's gonna happen to you as long as I'm with you. You're not gonna become a victim of anything. So Justin comes over to my house, and surprisingly, this surprises me because he doesn't come to my house. Like, he's never come to my house by himself. He always has like Steve-O come with him, but no, he came to my house by himself. So I'm like, oh, what's up, Justin? So he comes, gets me, and it's early in the morning. We always leave early in the morning. So he comes and gets me, and he's talking to Steve-O on the phone, and Steve-O is just about to get out of work. So Steve-O tells us to wait outside his house for 15 minutes. So Justin tells me what Steve-O says, and I'm like, all right, let's go to Steve-O's house. Let's go fucking wait outside on his porch. So we leave my house. We walk down the street, Justin's like, all sketchy. I can see it in his face. He's like, dude, this place is fucking crazy. Like, dude, I feel like I need a gun or some shit. I'm like, nah, just chill out. You're good. So we go to Steve-O's house. We go in his front porch. We wait out there. And we wait in Steve-O's house, or outside of Steve-O's house, and we're just waiting out there. And the whole time we're waiting, I'm just talking to Justin about past experiences, things that happened before, and we're just talking about things. And it's pretty sketchy because like there's drive-by looking cars passing by, and there's fucking people like looking out the window, and like cars full of people, and it's sketchy, but it's our street, so. Yeah, it's pretty sketchy, but me and Justin, we're just talking, we're just chilling on his front porch, and long story short, it was more than fucking 15 minutes, alright? It was about like 25 minutes that passed by. So Justin calls Steve-O, and he puts Steve-O on the speaker, and he's like, dude, where the fuck are you? It's been more than 15 minutes. And Steve-O's like, oh, yeah, just chill. Don't leave without me. I'll be there. I'll show up. Don't worry. Plus, we're going to get a ride from my coworker who's taking me home, and he's going to give us a ride for $5 to the BART station. So we're like, oh, all right, cool. So Steve was like, all right, just wait there. Don't leave without me. Just stay still, okay? Stay put. Wait there. So we're like, all right. So we wait for Steve-O again, and he's taking a long-ass fucking time again. And so Justin calls him again, and Steve-O's like, oh yeah, just wait there, dude. Don't worry, I'll be home. Just wait, I'll be home. Blah blah blah. I'll be there. Don't worry. So we're like, all right, fine. We'll wait again. Fucking, we'll see how long it takes. So Justin hangs up. We're waiting, and in total, it was about an hour that went by. Not like an hour altogether that went by of waiting, and it fucking pissed us off. So we're outside of his house, and finally a car pulls up, and he jumps out the car, and the car drives away, and he looks at us, and I seen his face, alright? I've seen when he's high. He's got that fucking giggly ass face, like that grinny ass face. He's all fucking like smiley and stuff, and I'm like, this motherfucker got high. That's why he took so long. So he gets out of the car drives away, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? What happened to our ride? Why did they just drive away? And then Steve-O was like, oh, yeah, about that. He had to go somewhere, but we'll get a ride from someone else. I'll call someone up. So I'm like, all right, fine, as long as we get a ride to the BART station. And the reason why we prefer a ride than taking bus is because on Sundays and Saturdays too, I think, but definitely on Sundays, the bus station's like pretty far away too, but the bus doesn't take you to the BART station until it takes like 2 hours, okay? It doesn't take you there directly. The buses that take you there directly are Mondays through Fridays. Those are called the express buses. Those buses, they take you directly to BART, and it's really fucking way better than fucking the buses on Sundays, because the buses on Sundays, they don't have the express buses. The buses that do take you to BART take about 2 hours because they have to go through the whole city, and they have to go through the whole city that's next to us, not the city that Justin's from, the nice city. The city that's next to us on the other side is a fucking another ghetto shithole. But it has to go through that city, our city, and it has to fucking go through the streets, and then it gets to the BART station, and it takes like 2 hours. We've been on it before, and it takes like 2 hours if you're gonna take it there, and if you're gonna take it back home, it takes like 2 hours to get back home on it too. And it's a really shitty bus because a lot of people are on it, and it's just packed with people, and it's really fucking shitty. And You know, there's crackheads on it, there's sketchy ass people on it, it's full, and you know, your typical public transportation basically. So Steve-O calls for someone to give us a ride because we don't have a ride. So he's calling up people and he's like, "Oh, I got someone we could get a ride from, Rex." And Rex isn't his real name. I'm fucking calling him Rex, but he's like, "Yeah, Rex." And so I'm kind of, you know, thinking about this because Rex, let me tell you about Rex. Rex is a drug dealer, all right? He's a hood guy, all right? He's from our street. He's one of those guys. He's a hood guy, you know? He's about that life. And I've bought in weed off Rex before, and we've met him before, and you know, he's one of those guys. He's a hood guy. He's a drug dealer. He's about that life. So I'm kind of having second thoughts because I've always told my friends this when we get rides from people. I always told my friends this. I've told them, if we get a ride from anyone, make sure they don't smoke in the car, any type of smoke, and make sure that they don't fucking drive crazy and they don't get us killed, all right? And, you know, my friends, they already know how sensitive I am with weed. They already know how sensitive I am with smoke in general. So they already know this. So my friend calls up Rex, and he's like, "Yo, Rex, can you give us a ride?" And Rex is like, "Where to?" And Steve-O's like, can you give us a ride to Bart?" And Rex is like, "Yeah, how much?" And Steve-O says, and he looks at me, and he does like, he puts up 10 fingers. And I'm like, yeah, $10. And so Steve-O's like, $10 for all of us. And then Rex is like, you got an extra $3? And then Steve-O looks at me, and I just nod my head. I'm like, yeah, just tell him, yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then Steve-O's like, yeah, we got the $3 extra. And then Rex is like, all right, I'll be there in a couple minutes, just be outside. And so Steve was like, all right, cool. So we booked our ride. Steve-O goes back inside the house. He goes to put his some new clothes on, and me and my friend Justin are just waiting out there. And so I'm hoping, and I was definitely wrong about this, I'm hoping that we're gonna get a nice, you know, normal car ride. Nothing fucking like, no fucking driving crazy, no fucking like weed smoking in the car, none of that. And I was completely wrong about that. So Rex shows up really fast, surprisingly, and I think it's because like Rex lives like fucking down the street from where Steve-O lives. You know, he lives on the same street, I'm guessing, and most likely because he fucking drug deals there. Yeah, he shows up really fucking fast, like in less than like fucking 3 minutes. So we were surprised by this. We're like, what the hell? But he shows up. I go get my friend Steve-O from his house because he's still in his house, and then we're all outside and we're all gonna get in the car, and Steve-O goes in the front seat next to him, the passenger seat, and me and my friend Justin got to sit in the back. So Justin opens the car, and he opens the door, and it's a van we're going in. He opens the van door, and immediately, this is when I knew everything was all bad. This is when I knew nothing was going as planned as I thought it was. Everything was just fucking all bad. He opens the car door, and immediately a gush of like fucking swishers and like fucking weed smell fucking hit us, like a big ass, like, I've smoked weed before and I could tell this was some strong shit that he had, all right? A strong ass fucking smell of weed and fucking swishers sweets hit us, and it smelled like that in his car. It fucking reeked like that, and I was like, oh my gosh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, there was no going back because he was already there and we were already getting in the car. But I fucking wish, like, I couldn't have said this either because I'd look like a pansy if I said this. But I wish I was like, I gotta go home, I gotta go do something. But I couldn't say that, you know, there was no excuse I could say. I was already dragged into this. So I'm hoping that he doesn't smoke in the car. So Justin opens the door, smell hits us, I go in the car, and we sit next to each other, me and Justin, and he closes the door, and Rex starts driving, and this is immediately when he started driving, I knew like this wasn't going to be good because he almost hit a fucking parked car when he started driving. Like, he started driving, he wasn't looking, he almost fucking hit a parked car, and that's when I knew, you know, this wasn't going to be good. So he keeps driving, and he starts driving. He's driving to the freeway, and he almost hits that parked car. So he's driving, and he doesn't hesitate. He pulls out a fucking blunt, all right? He pulls out a blunt. And keep in mind, I was not looking the whole car ride. Like, I was trying to not to look, because I was trying to, like, you know, just not make eye contact. I wasn't trying to talk because I didn't want to breathe that in. I didn't want to, like, inhale that. I didn't want to, like, the smell. I didn't want to fucking breathe in the smell of fucking weed and swishers. It was already getting on my clothes for sure, but I just didn't want it in my mouth or none of that. So even though no one was smoking, or at least smoking yet. So I was just looking at my phone the whole time, right? I had my head down. I wasn't looking up. I was looking at my phone. But I looked up for 1 second, and that's when I saw him pull out the fucking rolled up blunt. And I was like, oh my gosh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This is all bad. This is all bad. And like I said, my friends know how sensitive I am with, you know, smoking, like, and being in car rides with people smoking. Like, I don't like that shit. I try to avoid that shit. Like I said, I try to avoid people smoking from next to me and all that shit as much as possible. I don't like that. So he pulls out this blunt, and I just put my head back down. I'm just fucking pissed. Like, I'm already, like, fucking mad. There's nothing I could do, though. So my friend looks at me, my friend Justin, because Justin isn't smoking. Steve-O and Rex are the ones that are about to smoke. So I look at my friend Justin, and he looks at me, and he starts, you know, laughing his ass. He starts, like, giggling. He starts, like, patting me. He's like, you know, laughing because he knows that this is a shitty situation for me to be in. My friend Justin, he's not smoking. He doesn't plan to smoke. He doesn't really smoke. But my friend Justin, he's a good, you know, example of what a fucking weed smoker should be. You know, he smokes, but he doesn't fucking do it every day. He smokes, like, very occasionally, you know, and so he's not like an annoying, like, oh, fucking 420 blaze it type stoner. He's not that type of guy. So he's sitting next to me, and he doesn't plan to smoke, and he doesn't want to smoke, none of that. But he looks at me, and he's just, you know, like, laughing at me, and he's fucking giggling. And so, because he knows what's up. So I'm just looking at my phone. I'm just, you know, staring at my phone. So they're driving. They spark up the blunt. And immediately when they spark up the blunt, oh my gosh, like, it smelled 2 times more. It was terrible. And they just started smoking, my friends Steve-O and Rex. And they both started smoking inside the car. And I was like, these motherfuckers gotta be kidding me. This is a shitty ass situation. So once they started smoking, immediately, this is what I did the whole car ride when they started smoking. I put my shirt and I covered my nose and my mouth, all right? And I know, I don't think this is a good fucking thing to do, but I started trying to not breathe in, all right? I tried not to breathe in anything that was being smoked or any of that, all right? I tried to not breathe it in from the beginning, from when we entered the car, but I just covered myself and, like, fucking just tried to not to, like, yeah, just tried not to inhale anything. And so I was, like, not breathing, and I know it was probably not a good thing to do, but I didn't want to fucking inhale any of that. So I try to, like, not to fucking, like, take deep breaths, like, none of that, because they were basically hotboxing the car. The car was getting hotboxed. And so I try to, you know, I covered my nose. I didn't try to breathe too much. I tried to take, like, small breaths. You know, you get the idea. So they start fucking smoking the blunt, and oh my gosh, it was terrible. I looked up another time. I looked up, all right? I barely looked up. I was looking at my phone the whole time. And when they started smoking, I started searching up, like, on my phone. I started searching up, can secondhand smoke get you high? Can secondhand smoke get in your system? Can secondhand smoke da-da-da-da-da? You know, I started searching this shit up. And my friend Justin saw I was searching this shit up, and he's like, dude, you're fine. Nothing's gonna happen. Everything's good. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing bad's gonna happen. And, you know, he's just telling me that. But I'm fucking searching this shit up because I just want to make sure. And so, yeah, I'm just looking at my phone. But I look up another time, and they're already smoking the blunt. I look up another time, and I see the fucking smoke they're fucking hotboxing this shit. Like, I look up and I see this fucking like the whole window has, like, smoke on it. The whole fucking, like, car, like, it's coming back to us, and there's nothing we could do about it because we can't open the windows because we already tried. The windows wouldn't open. And Rex and Steve-O, I don't think they were fucking wanting to open the windows. And I guess they didn't fucking want to open the windows either. And it just really fucking pissed me off. It was a really shitty situation to be in. It was tormenting. It was torturous. It was terrible. It fucking made me mad, alright? It ruined the whole day. It ruined everything. It just was a really shitty situation to be in. And so they're fucking smoking the car, and smoke, like, that 1 second I looked up, I saw fucking smoke everywhere, and I saw that they didn't even like smoke the blunt fully. Like they were just starting to smoke it, and there was already smoke everywhere. And I was like, oh my gosh, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man. And so that's how this car ride was. He went on the freeway, and I'm like, wait a minute, he's gonna fucking drive on the freeway and drive like really fucking fast while he's stoned. And so that it just wasn't a good thing. But I was more pissed that they were fucking smoking in the car. So I wasn't looking at like how he was driving or anything like that. I was looking at my phone, right? Keep in mind, I had my head down, like I was facing down. I wasn't looking up or none of that, because I didn't want to fucking look at the smoke or risk inhaling the smoke, any of that. But from what I've heard, what my friend Justin told me, because he was looking, he said that Rex was fucking driving, or I said his name, Lex, whatever, who gives a fuck, it's not like nobody's gonna know who he is, but he said that Lex was fucking driving fast as fuck. Like, he was driving almost 100 miles. Like, he was driving over the speed limit. He was fucking going crazy. And he said that he almost hit a fucking car, because he said he was so close to a car that he almost hit it, and it could have caused a crazy-ass accident. And I was just like, I'm so glad I didn't fucking look up. I'm just so glad I didn't look up, because it would have made this car ride 2 times worse for me. But I imagine something like that was going on, because when he was driving on the freeway, at that point when he was driving on the freeway, I'm pretty sure he was fucking stoned already, because that weed that they were smoking, that was some strong shit. I smelled it. It fucking smelled like some strong shit. But I'm pretty sure, and I knew something like that was fucking going on when he was driving. But my friend told me that he was fucking driving so crazy, and he was like, he almost hit one car, and it could have caused an accident, and he was fucking like scared off his ass when he was driving. But he wasn't complaining, no one was complaining, because it was just Lex, like I said, he's the type of, like, he's a hood guy, right? He's a drug dealer, and I couldn't do anything about it. When we were in the car and when he started smoking, I couldn't do anything about it, all right? You want to know why? Because if I would have said, like, excuse me, Lex, can you not smoke in the car? Excuse me, sir, can you put the weed away? Can you not smoke in the car? Blah, blah, blah. I would have gotten fucking kicked out of the car, all right? He would have been like, wait, what the fuck, boy? Get the fuck out of my car. And he probably would have, like, took out a fucking, like, gun and, like, threatened me with it, like, get the fuck out of here, or some shit like that, It's that type of situation. Like, I couldn't do anything about it. That's what I mean when I can't do anything about it. We can't open the windows. I can't fucking ask him to fucking let me out the car, or put the weed away, because I'd get kicked out of the car, and it'd just be really fucking stupid. And yeah, it was just really stupid. But my friend Justin was looking at the fucking at him driving, and my friend Justin said that he was fucking driving hectic, all right? He was going crazy over the speed limit. He was high doing that too, almost hit a car. And like I said, I had a feeling he was fucking driving crazy, because I was looking at my phone the whole time, and I was just imagining, like, what if, like, out of nowhere, we just fucking crash. And, like, 1 second I'm looking at my phone, the next second we just fucking crash. And for those of you that have been in a car crash or a car accident, you already fucking know how fast that goes. You already know how fast it all happens. I was thinking about that, like, when I was looking at my phone the whole time. But luckily we survived. Nothing crazy happened. We didn't die or anything like that. The car ride was just tormenting. It was torturous. They were basically hotboxing the car. The car was fucking filled with smoke. Oh my gosh, like, I refuse to believe. I refuse, and I'm positive that it didn't fucking affect me. I refuse to believe that it didn't affect me or any of that. Like, no, I refuse to believe that it affected me, because I'm positive that it didn't affect me. So I was like reading and searching up things on my phone, and yeah, secondhand smoke, I already know this from cigarettes. Secondhand smoke is real. They fucking teach you this shit in, like, everywhere, not just school. School does it like a really, like, fucking fruitcake ass way, but you learn this from, like, everywhere. Secondhand smoke is real, especially from cigarette smoke. That's one of the main examples. But from what I've read and what I've heard also, that secondhand smoke from weed is real. You could get a buzz off it, and you could like get it in your system. You could get it in your hair, your skin, some shit like that. Secondhand smoke from weed is real, especially when you're hotboxing in the car. That's the whole point of hotboxing in a car. So like the smoke doesn't get out, so you could get 2 times high. For those of you that are, you know, smoking or hotboxing in the car, and I wasn't smoking, neither was my friend Justin, but we were just fucking in that shitty ass situation. And yeah, it was terrible. It was tormenting. It was torturous. And like I said, I refuse to believe that it affected me, because I'm positive once we got out of that car, I'm positive that like it did not like affect me in any way, shape, or form. That's what I like to believe. That's what it feels like, because it did not like. I felt normal, you know. I just was pissed off because my clothes smelled like fucking tobacco and like you know, blunts, and like my clothes smell like fucking weed. All right, it reeked like it. And I've noticed it was my shirt, because when we were on BART, it fucking smelled like shit. All right, like it reeked, and even my friends told me. But anyways, this car ride was terrible. Fucking one of the worst car rides ever. And it was like, you know, this is what I could compare it to. It was like if you were in a car and you were just locked inside, like you can't get out, that you have nothing, there's no way you can get out. You're taken hostage, all right? And you're a virgin. This is, all right, I know this is a stupid example, but it's kind of like this. So let's say you're a virgin, you can't get out of this car, you're taken hostage, and you're in a car full with ugly ass fucking crackhead transgender fat chicks, all right? And you're forced to lose your virginity to these fucking fat, ugly fucking creatures. It was like that, all right? It felt like that. I was fucking taken hostage, couldn't get the fuck out of the car, couldn't do shit. It was annoying. I couldn't fucking do anything because I looked like a pansy. I'd fucking get kicked out of the car. It was a shitty ass situation. It was terrible, all right? I can't emphasize that enough. It was fucking terrible. And the car ride was also really fucking like hectic too, from what my friend told me, because he was fucking driving crazy. I knew this was true because when he first started driving, he almost hit a parked car. So anyways, after the torturous, tormenting car ride, we get to the BART station. He drops us off, and this is where, you know, he like, I have my spit saved up. Let me tell you this. I have my spit saved up. And I don't know why. It's just something I do. I feel better by doing this. I don't know if any other people, you know, do the same thing, but whenever I pass like someone who's smoking weed or who's smoking like fucking cigarettes, I always like I hold in my breath, like as I was doing inside the car. I hold in my breath and I like spit it out. Okay, I don't like, I spit out like my spit, like I save up my spit. I don't swallow my spit. I save it up, and until I'm like done passing by that person, I like spit it out, like, you know, almost like if I'm coughing, not really coughing, but I just spit it out and just, you know, breathe in fresh air, you know, I just spit it out, you know, because I feel like that smell like gets in my mouth, and I don't want to risk anything, you know. And so that's what I always do. But in this car ride, I was saving my whole spit. I was like, my mouth was fucking watery. I was ready to just fucking spit it all out when I fucking got out of the car and just take a deep breath of the air outside. I don't care if it was like the air was filled with hobo shit or like fucking it smelled like garbage. I don't care. I just wanted to get out of that car and just breathe in something, you know, whatever. I didn't breathe in like anything inside the car. All right, I refuse to fucking believe that I did. I had my shirt over my fucking mouth and my fucking nose. I basically had my shirt over my face. So I was ready to just fucking spit out whatever I had saved up once we stepped out of the car. But when we got to the BART station, my friends shake Lex's hand, all right, and then he's about to shake my hand, and he talks to me, and that's when I have to fucking swallow all that spit I had saved up and, you know, talk to him. But he's about to shake my hand. He talks to me. He says, "Hey, bruh, my bad for smoking in the car, bruh." And so I swallow my spit. I'm like, yeah, it's fine, whatever. And so finally, I shake his hand. We get the fuck out of the car, and everything's fine. Everything's perfect. Oh my gosh, it was tormenting. It was torturous. So we get out the car, and he drives away, and yeah, that was the ride. It was fucking terrible. I start spitting out even though I fucking swallowed all the spit I saved up, I started spitting out, just fucking started breathing in the fresh air, just spit it out, whatever I had, just fucking clearing my mouth. Because, like, I feel like the smell gets in your mouth. Like, you know how it gets in your clothes? It, like, gets in your mouth. And this was kind of true because when we were at San Francisco, because we went to San Francisco, I like smelled my own breath, and it smelled like fucking blunts and shit. It smelled like Swishers, and it was disgusting. And not to mention my shirt fucking reeked like it, and it was terrible. I didn't even smoke. And so we got off. We fucking finally the ride is over. Thankfully, the ride is over. We get out, and this ruined the whole day. Okay, like I said, it ruined everything. I tell my friends, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Why did he smoke? What the fuck, man? That was what the fuck, And my friends was like, he was laughing, but he was like, oh, my bad, bro. Like, I didn't know he was gonna smoke. My bad, dude. I'm really fucking sorry, blah, blah, blah. It won't happen again. I was like, better make sure it doesn't happen. You're lucky I'm not fucking feeling anything. Because I'm pretty sure, I'm positive I wasn't feeling anything. But it still could be in my system. Like, it could be in my hair. It could be in my fucking skin, and it shows, if you take a drug test, it will probably like stay there for like 1 or 2 days. So if you take a drug test the next day, it'll probably show up, but it'll only stay in your system like 1 or 2 days, even if you didn't smoke. But even if you like didn't get high or anything like that, all right, it fucking like it still gets in your like smoke, like still gets in your hair. It still shows up, it's really fucking, hopefully you get me. It's really stupid, even if you didn't smoke. But anyways, that's what I was tripping out about. I was like, you know what? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, I'm just grateful I made it out through that car ride, but it's better not fucking be in my hair. Like, it better not be in my system any way, shape, or form. And, my friends are like, dude, chill out. Nothing happened, blah, blah, blah. And I asked my other friend, as we're walking to the bar, I asked my other friend, do you feel anything? And he's like, no, I don't feel anything. Because my other friend, Justin, he didn't smoke. And he's like, no, I don't feel anything. So I'm like, all right, fucking good, because that means if he didn't feel anything, and he was like looking out, he didn't fucking cover his mouth or anything, if he didn't feel anything, then I certainly as hell, wasn't affected by it. And so I'm hoping that it was like a placebo that made me like fucking complain and freak out, because I'm not gonna lie, I was fucking complaining and like fucking, tripping out about it. I was like the whole time, this whole day, I was like, dude, what the fuck? That was not cool. That was fucking shitty. That was annoying. That was, what the fuck, man? Like, that's why I don't smoke weed. That's why I fucking hate weed now, blah, blah, blah. And, I was telling my friends that, and I was, like, announcing it, too. I was like, I officially fucking hate weed. I fucking hate stoners, blah, blah, blah. I was telling my friends that. And, yeah, I was telling them that the whole day, so I guess I was fucking, like, making a big deal out of it. But, hey, I don't like that shit, all right? There's no other way to put it. That whole fucking car ride pissed me off. So anyways, we're walking to bar, and my friend, he's already fucking being annoying, because my friend Steve-O, he's the one that smoked. He's one of the types that, when he smokes weed, he could do anything. And when he smokes weed, he fucking goes crazy. He becomes like really like childish and stuff. But it didn't really affect me, because I didn't feel anything, thankfully. So, and also here's another thing that I did, like when we got out of the car ride, when we got out of the car and started walking away, I told my friend, I was like, Justin, slap the fuck out of me. I want you to slap me as hard as you can. And he did, and I didn't feel any, like I could feel it, I just wanted him to slap me just for the fuck of it, just in case. And like, I have a strong chin, all right, so like I didn't really feel anything. I wasn't like dizzy or nothing like that, but he slapped me. I felt his slap, all right. I told him to slap me like 2 times. I felt his slap, and it was all good, all right. So we go down, wait for Bart, and we go fucking San Francisco. We go all the way to fucking San Francisco, and I smell my shirt, and I decide, what, fuck this shirt, I'm gonna throw it away, because the shirt, like I said, it reeks like fucking tobacco and everything. So I take off my shirt, I give it to my friend, I'm like, here, you want this shit? My friend fucking, he throws it at like a parked car, and he just leaves it there, and yeah, we just walk away. Luckily I had a tank top on. So yeah, that was a really fucking shitty ass car ride. If I could compare it, like, no, if I had to like put it like on my top 5 worst car rides ever that I've had, that would be definitely like on number 3 or number 2, but it's definitely up there in like the top 5 worst car rides I've had. Also, on the way back home, we had to like, we were refusing to take bus, okay? We weren't gonna take bus. So we had to like talk about like how the hell are we gonna get back home because we don't want to take bus. And my friend kept fucking insisting, Steve-O, he kept insisting, dude, let's just take Lex. We fucking get a ride from him. He's the cheapest, blah blah blah. I promise he won't smoke weed this time. We'll tell him you have asthma or some shit. We'll tell him something. I'll tell him you don't smoke weed. No, he was like, I'll tell him you have asthma and I'll tell him not to smoke weed in the car, blah blah blah. But me, I was like, fuck that, you know, I'm not going back in that car. Even before the first ride that we got from him, before we even got in the car, it reeked like fucking weed and like swishers, alright? So, fuck that. I'm not going back in this car. We're taking something else. We're taking a taxi, how about that? And I'm paying for the taxi. And so me and my friend, we were just like, you know, going on about that for a good while in San Francisco and on BART. We were fucking talking about that. And finally, luckily, we convinced him, because my friend Justin, he didn't care. Burp. Luckily, my friend Justin, he didn't care what we take back home. So I convinced him to take the taxi that I had in mind to take. And so he was like, yeah, sure, whatever. So we finally convinced my friend Steve-O that we're taking a taxi back home. And yeah, thankfully, we did take the taxi back home. Once we got back to the BART station, the first BART station, there's like taxis like outside that give people rides, and it's like $30. So we bargained the guy like to give us a ride to our street for $20, and yeah, the guy he agreed to it. The guy was pretty cool, thankfully. And so we got a ride for $20 back to our street, and the fucking taxi ride was way more pleasurable. It was way more relaxing, much more safer, much more better. It was fucking all right. It was way more better than the first ride. So that was way more pleasurable. So anyways, we get home, and yeah, that was it. That was the end of it. We got to our street, and I say goodbye to my friends, go back home, and right when I get back home, I hit the shower, all right? I want to get rid of any smell, any of that. And also, another thing that I did when we got out of the car, I went to the water fountain that they had at the BART station, and this is another thing that I do. I fucking clear my mouth. You know, I get water, fill my mouth with water. I just, you know, gargle that shit, spit it out, do it as many times as I want, and just to like refresh my mouth, get rid of any like smell that fucking enter my mouth, any of that. That's another thing that I do, and that I did when we fucking got out of that car and into the BART station. But yeah, right when we got home, I fucking went to my house, hit the shower, put shampoo on my fucking armpits, put shampoo on everywhere. Okay, you already know I fucking took a shower, and yeah, it was clean and everything was fine. And yeah, so thankfully, I think, you know, I'm so grateful that ride didn't like affect me seriously. I'm so grateful like it didn't fucking like get me fucking stoned or none of that. I'm so happy, like none of that. I refuse to believe that it got in my system, right? But I'm just glad it didn't really affect me. It didn't affect me physically, mentally, none of that. I will admit I did make a big deal, but I don't like weed. My friends know how sensitive I am to that shit, but it's smoke in general. Just smoke in general. But yeah, that was one of the worst car rides I've ever had. Changed my opinion that I had about fucking people who smoke weed. It really annoys me now. And I hate smoke in general. I hate all that. But thankfully, nothing really affected me. Nothing really affected me badly. Nothing. It was just, hopefully it was just a placebo that was making me, yeah, it was most likely, you know, placebo or whatever that was making me make a big deal about it, because I guess I was tripping out about it. Well, duh, I was, you know, making a big deal. I was being sensitive, but I'm not trying to sound like a fruitcake or anything, but I just don't like that shit. I want to stay away from that shit. I haven't touched that shit in a year. But this was one of the worst fucking car rides I've ever been in. It was terrible. It was shitty. And thankfully, nothing happened. Nothing affected me. None of that. But, yeah, that was a shitty-ass car ride. It was fucking terrible, man. I just had to get all that off my chest. So, that was shitty. Ruined the whole day. Ruined that whole day. But, yeah, that was one of the worst car rides I've been in. It was fucking terrible. But everything's fine now. Everything's perfectly fine. But, yeah, basically, that was it. I hope you enjoyed this, and peace out.